On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what one. A blessed and wonderful Saturday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video. Share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name Saturday the day when some of the regular ones and ones them out there traverse the church. So happy Sabbath to you all. So whilst you're out there traversing the church, please remember On The Spot News Media's loyal viewers and subscribers in your immediate prayers. You definitely see how Jamaica run right now, so you know for sure. So we need that now more than ever. And to all of the regular ones and ones them out there where they are going to the market district, figure pick up a little onion, skilling and time. You don't know, so to the name Saturday. So today are the day when some of the regular ones and ones them will just mats up a pot of soup. Yeah man. So whether you're going about that or you're just going about your regular business from Moran Point to the Grill Point, safe travel, pan the gravel. And as always, my peeps, continuously look out on a corner eye Kazwa. The old dirty corner boy them. Always out there. Alerts. Yeah man. So we're going to kick it off in the morning, my peeps, with some updated stories that I made mention of in yesterday's vlog. Now we're going to start it off with a knockings and clappings we're going up in the Papine area involving this young man here, presently on your screen, said to be identified as 25-year-old Neville Cerfew, said to be of a Clark Street address in Papine. In yesterday morning's vlog, I made mention that he was taken out in a hail of bullets by criminal elements whilst walking through a little shortcut going to his home. Now, it is said that this young man is a hard-working security officer that was employed to Vanguard Security back when he was alive. He was loved by many and considered to be not of a criminal element type of lifestyle, but of a hard-working, upstanding citizens type of lifestyle. So the families and friends and co-workers of this young man, Neville Cerfew, is asking for answers. Why was his life taken? Now, anyone out there with any information that can assist the police and put the minds and hearts of the family members and friends at rest surrounding the fatal knockings and clappings of Neville Cerfew, please give that information to the police. And as always, if you don't trust the police, link On The Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger, give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Now the next update come from out of Mandeville, Manchester, where this brother here, presently on your screen, identified as Omar Gaynor, who was taken out in a hail of bullets on Wednesday on a plaza in Mandeville, Manchester, the Caledonia Courts Plaza to be exact. He's more affectionately called in the streets as Davi. Now On The Spot News Media did some checks and unearthed that Davi is a known scammer. A brother were involved in all sorts of things. You don't know, say, from your scammer, you go involved in a gun runnings and all different sort of things, because these last days youths, you know, them not bad. When time them broke, them pick up dirty lifestyle when them actually start making money. It don't make sense, but that is how they go about doing their thing. So from your scammer, you don't know say that scammer I go start hate and whole heap of mix up in the whole scamming world. So fame knockings and clappings are coming from half of that. And he's a man who heavily believe in the guzo man. One amount of gathering and hobby business him believe in her. And see it now, it never enough to protect him. Now Jamaica have seen the worst of its days. I don't think we have ever seen anything like this where the young men of today and young women don't believe in God whatsoever. All they believe in is the gozoman, the obia, the gathering, iniquity. So they themselves don't even understand. Them not even literate to the fact where them can understand. Say, listen me, you live your life a certain way. You draw and attract all sort of atrocities onto yourself when time you start mix up yourself in a hobby and iniquity and everything that is immoral. Automatic, you gotta draw that energy there onto yourself. And that is exactly how Davi end up lose 3 points. The energy where him draw onto himself cause him to lose it. Now the next update coming out of the fatal knockings and clappings of 4 and injuring of 1 and the recovery of 6 firearms in yesterday's brilliant spatter work by CTAC operatives of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. National Security Minister, CTAC has proven themselves over the years to be an integral part of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and more resources should definitely be pumped into CTAC because they have demonstrated that they are effective. Their investigative skills and intelligence-led operations are always on point. So give CTAC the much needed resources to continue their resilient efforts to rid the country of these criminal elements. Now we get another name and another face of another of the criminal elements that lost their lives. He has since been identified as this criminal element here presently on your screen. Delvante Nikolai Mali, said to be of 1464 Adair Drive in Waterford, St. Catherine, or 1464 Adair Drive in Waterford, St. Catherine. You see how far this one here left from and find himself all the way over there in the grill and go lose him 3 points. So let me ask you something. I'm speaking to the criminal elements them out there, tuning into the voice of On The Spot News Media right now. When time you not drive around in them car, they heavily armed, you don't have no form of fear at all in yourself. They say, hey, suppose police or soldiers stop whip on the road. No form of fear. I know so you probably drive out with a made up mind and say, oh, anytime the police them stop, we are just lone rifle binds we are going to chew up on them. Well, let me tell you this. There's a psychology to it all. There's a difference when you are the hunter versus being the hunted. That's the reason why you brave up so much when time you go for smaddy and knock it and clap it on them with confidence. But when you become the hunted, is a whole different scenario. It does something to the brain and throw you off and make you start retreat instead of advance, and that is where you meet your demise. So there's a difference between being the hunter and being the hunted. God designed our minds and bodies to operate a certain way, and it is just reflex action for we behave a certain way when the tables are turned. So once the tables turn youth and youth, you know I go lose 3 points. And that was fully demonstrated in yesterday's operations. So more on this in subsequent newscast. Now over there in Western Jamaica, the parish of Hanover, a section of Hanover known as Green Island, several different curfews have been implemented in that particular space over the past couple of weeks because of the ongoing gang conflict that has been plaguing those communities, that is communities in and around the Green Island part of Hanover. Now, since the start of July, curfews have been imposed in sections of Green Island on 4 different occasions. And on Tuesday night, a young man ended up losing 3 points in a section of Green Island known as Fish River. The young man is presently on your screen. He has since been identified as 21-year-old Alik Morris, but he's more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Billy, said to be of a Fish River district address in Green Island. Now, the 21-year-old Alik Morris, aka Billy, is a known scammer, and Billy's life was taken by his own friends. Now, reports from the police are that sometime around 10 p.m., Alik Morris was at his home when 2 men forced their way inside of his 2-apartment board dwelling and held him at gunpoint. It is said that the men then forced him to kneel on his knees and then opened gunfire, hitting him all over the upper body and head. They made good their escape on his Cobra motorcycle parked in his yard and fled on the said motorcycle in the community. The police was summoned to the area, and upon the arrival of the police, he was found laying in a pool of red substance leaking from his body, and he was transported to the hospital, not in a bid to save his life, but to officially pronounce him you know what. So he lost his life at a tender age of 21 because of scamming. But yet still, every single day, more and more young men continue to go into that type of lifestyle, not seeing that, hey, it has taken so many lives before mine. Am I that special? Why mine cannot and will not be taken? Let me tell you something, young men. Nothing at all. No special about you know. Alik lose 3 points, and so will you. So we get to understand, say, some names are called Panfim, knockings and clappings. You have a brother known as Tall Crime, who come from that place. Alik friend, one of the knockers and clappers them, we got turn him over, name him food, and broke the plate. Now, a 24-hour curfew is currently in place in Green Island, and it's an extension of a previous 24-hour curfew. So now we're going to hear from Assistant Commissioner of Police, the man in charge of the Era 1 Police, that's Glenford Miller. He says that the Hanover Division has seen a flare-up of violence. So listen.
We look at the Green Island policing era to include Lagos and other areas in Green Island space that would have seen some gang conflicts playing out for over several months now. Notwithstanding the operational activities and the strategies that the police would have actually implemented in that space to try to keep persons safe, the criminals continue to find ways and means of killing each other. As a result of that, we continue to impose strategies, continue to have a continuous presence within the Green Island policing space. We have to impose round-the-clock policing presence there to actually prevent the gangs from shooting each other and causing the life of innocent persons. Therefore, several curfews would have actually been imposed in the Green Island policing space. And we will continue our efforts in the Green Island space until things come back to normalcy. We would have actually apprehended several of these gang members, and notwithstanding we would have apprehended several of the gang members, it appears as if they continue to recruit other persons within the communities or getting support from other communities by virtue of what our intelligence is suggesting. We are discouraging persons from being members or joining these gangs. We are discouraging persons from being. It does not pay. It does not pay. We need the citizens of Hanover to speak to their family members, especially the young men, to discourage them from being part of these gangs. The intelligence is suggesting that there will be reprisals and counter-reprisals. So as such, we are implementing another curfew. These gang members believe that the only way they can solve their issues and their problems is taking it out on each other with the use of a fire. Our community security section would have actually gone in, and also the divisional commander for the Hanover division would have actually have several what we consider to be, we call it walkthroughs, community meeting with all the persons there, trying to see how best we can actually speak to these young men and actually reach out to them. And I want to use this opportunity also to suggest to those young men who consider themselves dons and gangsters, whenever the police comes for you because you're wanted or you're a person of interest in one crime or another, do not confront the police. Do not confront police. It is never our intention to have any confrontation with any member of the society. Our intent is to ensure that persons are safe, and we want to reduce the incidence of crime. So we are asking the citizens of Hanover to partner with us, help us, tell us what you know, help us to get rid of the criminality within the Hanover space, especially Green Island. We need to bring it back to a level where persons feel free and comfortable to live, work, do their business, and raise their family. So citizens of Hanover, continue to bear with us while we try to keep you safe.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself. No need to even add anything else to what the Assistant Commissioner has stated. And still in the parish of Hanover, on Wednesday evening, a police team of a ClapWeh old dirty kind of boy send him Ghana shut eye country land, no longer among the land of the living. Now all of that take place over there in Kendall district in Hanover. Now, the criminal element has since been identified as this old dirty kind of boy, presently on your screen, identified as Jermaine Campbell, but more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Jay. Now, the incident involved a police team from the Era 1 Fugitive Apprehension Team, which was conducting surveillance in that particular community. So according to the police report, they saw Campbell standing by the roadside at approximately 5 p.m. Upon approaching him, they observed a suspicious bulge in his waistband. When they identified themselves and attempted to conduct a search, Campbell allegedly drew a firearm and opened gunfire at them and ran. Now the police, of course, took evasive action and the fire was returned. The police, who have a superior training, definitely gave chase. So them run him down and gun him down. Yeah, man. So the criminal element was later found suffering from a portion of wounds all over the upper body. A Browning 9mm pistol was allegedly taken from him. Campbell was transported to the Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucy, where he was officially pronounced you-know-what by the doctor on duty. So this is another lesson to be learned by young men and criminal elements out there. When the police come for you, as the Assistant Commissioner and also Commissioner have said in many instances, surrender to the police. Because if you put up a fight, you literally fight a losing battle. Because the police and soldiers will win one way or the other. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about, information coming in sketchy on this one, but most definitely newsworthy nonetheless. A woman was taken out in a hail of bullets yesterday evening in a section of Gregory Park, Portmore, St. Catherine, known as Mexico. The deceased woman has since been identified as 47-year-old Nataya Roden, who was the mother of 8 children. The attack happened sometime around 1:45 p.m. yesterday. The police stated that the investigations are ongoing and they are still searching for clues. It is said that the mother of 8, who was a bartender at the time, was working along Queens Drive in Gregory Park, St. Catherine, when 2 criminal elements posing as customers entered the bar. It is stated that they reportedly ordered items and asked about a specific male person. It is said that the men then brandished handguns and fired several shots, hitting her all over the upper body, leaving her lifeless. Now she is gone, laying on a block of ice, no longer among the land of the living. And 8 children are now motherless. Poor me, I tell my peeps. The thing rough. Now on the Spot News Media will most definitely be making some checks into this one and seek to unearth why they would have taken the life of a mother of 8 in such a fashion. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.